Hey, collective. Okay, so this message is going to be kind of short and sweet. I've been trying to make these messages all under 10 minutes because from the other channel, I realized like y'all pretty much get it between 6 and 8 minutes. So I'm kind of pushing it at 10. But anyway, um, this motherfucker, I was trying to refrain from calling him outside of his name, but there's nothing divine about this masculine at all. And I just want to get this message out because I feel like, one, I've told you from the other channel, I don't like doing love readings because half the time that I'm doing the readings on love, if it comes up, I won't post because I don't want to confuse people who don't understand the cycle that they're currently in. Okay. And the way it's set up, yes, you may have reached your divinity. Yes, you may be a divine feminine. However, a lot of times, the majority of the time, people are not even going to get to their divine masculine because they're too busy being in the cycle. And there's so many different lessons that we have to learn as a divine feminine. Like you could reach that for your own self, right? But as far as coming into union, do you understand the levels and the tests that you have to go through? Like most people don't. So, I mean, I just find it very jarring to see so many people read on love. I've said it before. It's like no shade, but it's just crazy. It's crazy to me to see the way that people read on love. So, I am telling you that if you have met someone and you have been listening to other people outside of direct direction from like the divine, you need to be wary of those messages because they could be steering you closer and closer to somebody who is not really the person you're supposed to be with. Now, it may be the person that you're supposed to be observing and evaluating in the moment, but most of these masculines are empty vessels. Okay, like they are looking for their next victim. They are looking for the next person to devour and to consume the energy that you have been um you know conserving, and consume the energy that you have been growing. It's just not, it's not conducive to your health right now, really, truthfully. For the majority of you, it's not conducive to your health to engage with the opposite sex right now. And as much as you may love the idea of being paired up and being paired up with someone is not all that is cracked up to be. All right? Like it's a beautiful thing. Even if you get to the point where you can be married, marriage is and should be treated as a sacred institution, blah blah blah. But it's like, what's more important? Your peace, your um child, yeah, peace. It's just like peace is up number one. Everything else is I don't even know what else to say. This is not your divine masculine. Okay? I'm so sorry. It's just not him. It's not him. And you know, it can be a hard pill to swallow because again, as readers, seers, however you want to categorize people. Um, and again, no shade to those people who read on love all the time because they are reading for different people on different timelines and different cycles. Some of them are so tapped into the grid that they're only tapped into what is being offered by the watchers. And I don't even want to get into that. Just know that the game is set up to where, okay, first of all, the first goal is to become one with yourself. Okay, there's enough obstacles in this world for us to have to break our own scripts and to create new ones to where we can find ourselves. Then the next step is really like ascending to a level where you are truly close to the divine and super super close to being reunited with source, right? Then, for some people the ultimate prize would be to have all of that and be able to find somebody else of the opposite sex who has found that stuff too. Do you know how rare it is? I think if people really understood how rare it was, they probably wouldn't just fall for any and everything that comes to them next as a test. Because if you understood how rare it is to find that in another person, then you wouldn't be so gullible. You wouldn't fall for the okey doke from these losers who pose as your divine masculine, your divine feminine. It would become more obvious to you, and it will become more obvious to you as you continue on this journey, as you continue to commit to yourself. You will find out that majority of the time, a lot of these prospects are not exactly what they're cracked up to be, or what they are mimicking elements and aspects of your divine masculine or divine feminine. That is on purpose to see whether or not you really deserve to be on the level that you're at. And it may sound like a harsh reality, it may sound like a cruel joke that the universe is playing on you, but it's really actually not. It's supposed to be preparing you because, I mean, and then it's crazy because as you become more locked in on this journey, the desire to be with a person almost kind of dwindles, not completely, but I will say you kind of like lose the desire to possibly mess that shit up. Mess up like where you are, like the space that you've earned, you want to keep it so that you don't fall by the wayside again because you remember where you were, you remember the relationships that you had before. Like, I keep saying this because people don't quite understand that the brighter your light becomes, the more you will attract. And it's not even so much about attracting um like the equal version of yourself. Like you're attracting everything. Okay, so if you're attracting everything, do you not understand how big your fly swatter has to be to basically like swat off all of these people who want to be with you because you have become so magically delicious? I've talked about being magically delicious in my other channel, and I don't think people quite understand what I mean. I'm not saying like I don't even feel like explaining it here. I just want y'all to know, like, stop being so gullible, okay? Stop being so gullible. And I don't even mean to come off like harsh or rude or whatever, but it just is what it is. Like, stop, stop getting too caught up in these messages, even mine. Like, don't hear me when I am talking about, like, on a rare occasion, if I start talking about a divine counterpart of any sort, those messages are so few and far between because I honestly feel like when I get those messages, it be clues to the future, right? Now, time is not linear, it's, fluid and it could be happening right now, whatever. But what I mean is, those messages are supposed to be like, um, stowed away. It's like a couple of times I've told you to write certain things down so that you can kind of like have things to look out for, but just be mindful of the fact that again, you are attracting a lot. You are attracting good and bad options all at the same time. Your options have completely opened up now. Okay? And because they have completely opened up, and because your light is so bright, you are going to have to be super, 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 super discriminating and stingy with your energy. Okay? Being stingy with your energy does not mean that you are, you know, um, you think you're better than other people, but I mean, hmm. I'm just saying, like, you may be in a space that you have resolved certain things within you, healed certain things within you that you have moved past. And the second you recognize that in a person who's trying to come towards you, you have got to cut them off. Like you have to make your cutoff game quicker. Like a lot of y'all have learned how to cut off, but y'all don't know. Now it's okay, I won't say that you don't know. I will say that a lot of you know how to cut people off, right? And some people can think that you're mean, whatever the case. Anybody who calls you mean for cutting something off that you recognize is not good for you, they deserve to be cut off. Number 1. That cannot be described as mean. Because that's not what it is. But anybody who doesn't respect that, dang, I lost my train of thought. I was trying to say something else about about your cutoff game. It's like you have to get to a point where you're comfortable with cutting something off at the quick, like immediately. It's like an immediate no. And that doesn't mean dismissing everybody. It just means paying attention and being sharp. Okay, because it's not meant to get easier. Like the plan, okay. You know those games that I don't know, I always revert back to like video games and stuff. But you know those type of games where it's like, say you got to hit a ball or something, and all of a sudden it's like you hitting a stride, and you there's a certain okay, that is so annoying. My phone died, so then I started the channel. Started the stream on my tablet. I don't know what parts you heard me stop at, but basically what I was trying to say was something about a video game. Like those games where you play, say it's like tennis or whatever, and you hit the ball, you hit in a certain stride. There's a certain rhythm to it. You got the hang of it, and then all of a sudden, like they break out the machine that does the automatic ball throwing shit, and it's like, okay, one ball, okay, two balls. Now you got 12 balls that you got that you gotta like hit, and now it's like 50,000 balls that you gotta hit back and forth, and you gotta keep up. Like some of those things, you can't hit the ball on all of them. What am I? This is not a good example. I think some of y'all understand what I'm saying, but now that my mind is racing about it, That's not exactly what I'm trying to say, or maybe the message is still getting across the way that it needs to, but my mind is being directed elsewhere to where it's like it kind of goes back to the last message where I mentioned the frogs. Go back to that message where I mentioned the frogs. Okay, this is the one right before this. Um, you don't have time to be hitting every ball. Like, it's not that serious. Like, hit the balls that you can see and knock them out the park or whatever. And, like, just keep it pushing because everything is not, you're just not meant to. Okay, everybody is not going to have the divine counterpart in the 3D. Ooh, and that's gonna hit for some people in very strong way. Somebody minded by that. You're not necessarily meant to be alone. That's not what I'm saying. But there is somebody for you. And that's also what's kind of irritating too, because in this journey you realize that in some cases, some people are going to end up kind of settling for someone who is just a normie, and not like the traditional normie that I'm talking about. I'm just saying that everybody may not be the divine masculine. Um or you may not end up with the divine masculine. The divine masculine may be something that you interact with on the 5D and above, and it may be more so about like uniting that masculine side of yourself. Um but that's kind of like an intricate story. I mean, intricate detail I don't feel like getting into right now either. But I'm saying all of that to just say that the divine masculine, divine feminine, you will you will come in contact with the person that you're supposed to ultimately be in contact with. It's just a matter of like in what way. Because there are soulmates and there are twins that are here to do different things. And everybody is out here having sex with every twin and every soulmate that approaches them, and not like in real time, but like trying to have full-blown relationships with these characters, and that's not what it was meant for. You get what I'm saying? Like, some soulmates aren't even going to be romantic. Some twins are not even going to be romantic for you. Some of these characters are going to show up just in the nick of time to offer or deliver something because they have like a certain resource. Now, because there's some familiarity there, you or the other person may think that the attraction is based on romance and may think that it's based on like y'all having a relationship, and it's not. Unfortunately, none of us got the full on manual and instruction guide booklet that told us who was going to be the twins and the soulmates that we just need to be talking to and activating. Like, nobody told us who those people are. That's part of why you have to pray for freaking discernment, okay? Like, if that's the only thing that you do, ask for discernment. If you don't pray, ask the universe to show you what level of discernment that you need to have so that you can go through life aware of like what your assignments are, because sometimes your assignment is literally just to be in an environment, and that's it. And there may be a soulmate there who's attracted and drawn to your light, but they don't know why. And they could be someone who's not fully astute in their spirituality, and they have no idea that the only thing that they were supposed to get from you was a smile and some encouragement and words of wisdom, or something very small. And and I feel like people don't even realize, the same way. Okay, back to a video game, but sorry. You know how like there's NPCs that you're supposed to talk to, right? In the video game, because they're gonna tell you something or how to find so and so, and you gotta get this item. You gotta go get the pen in the book and a key somewhere, and it's under a rock, and the crocodile next to the troll is gonna have it or something like that type shit. That type of stuff is happening all the time, and we as humans get caught up and wrapped up in the moment, and our brains, in our hearts and our minds start thinking that, oh, this is the person that I'm gonna marry. No, it's not. It's just the person that you were supposed to be like talking to for a second for something, and they're supposed to give you something, or you're supposed to give them something, and keep it pushing. Like it could be just 1 hour that you spend talking to a person, less than that. And then as humans, we start trying to drag that out into days and months and years. And like all of a sudden, you start feeling familiar to be with this person. And now it's like, oh, well, I guess the next thing is to, um, be in a relationship. No, it's not. No, mm-mm. No. They were here for a reason and a season, and that's it. Like that reason and season shit, like people be making that way longer than it needs to be sometimes. It is not really that. The season lasted a day. You were supposed to say hello and give that man hope that he can attract somebody who looks like you. Or, you were just supposed to lift somebody's spirit for a second so that they could feel um empowered to like continue on, because maybe they were depressed. You never really fully know what your assignment is unless you ask, and sometimes you don't even fully get the details, because if we knew all the details of certain assignments, we probably wouldn't do it. It's really that simple. Like we probably would not do that shit. And yeah, that's all I have to say for that. Okay, I love you guys, and I hope I will see you guys in the next reading. All right.